Hey everyone, today we're going to look at 5 tips to help secure and safeguard your personal financial information. Now, gone are the days where we used to use paper to save and store our personal financial documents and statements. In today's day and age, we use our phones, our laptops, our PCs to store a lot of that information. Now, that doesn't mean it's always secure. Sometimes we get viruses, there's so many scams out there, and there's also people who get access to our accounts unauthorized that can steal and take our personal information. So how do we safeguard that and prevent that from happening? And that's exactly what we're going to look at here today. Starting with tip number 1. Now, you probably already heard this 1,000 times. Create a strong password. In today's digital age, a password is like a key. Now, let's say you had that same key for your house, your office, and your car. Not very smart, because if somebody stole that key, they would have access to everything. And the same goes for a password. And the important thing is here that each account that you have should have its own strong password. Never reuse the same password. So here's some things and tips that you can use as a checklist item to ensure that you're using a strong password. The first one is the password should be at least 12 characters long. The longer the password, the harder it is for someone to crack. 2, are using uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and special symbols and characters in your password. And 3, again, do not reuse that password again. Now, I get it. There's so many accounts that we have nowadays. So how do we remember all this information? Because it's nearly impossible to remember all passwords for all the accounts that we have. My recommendation, however, is to use a password manager. Now, after a lot of reviews, especially from tech reviewers and online sources, some of the top 3 password managers are 1Password, which I actually use myself, NordPass, and ProtonPass. And the great thing about these password managers is that they allow you to generate passwords through them, meaning that your password can be a strong and unique password. They also let you know if a password has been compromised or if you have a weak password or something that might be duplicated as well. So they do give you warnings to ensure that your passwords are unique and strong and that you have a different password for every account. The other benefit of these password managers is that they're quite secure in terms of ensuring that the information we store within them is safeguarded as best as possible. So these again are some of the top 3 out there that many others have recommended. So let's look at tip number 2, Factor Authentication, also known as 2FA. This adds an extra layer of protection above and beyond your password. Even if someone had your password and tried to access your account, they wouldn't be able to because that code was required for the 2FA would actually be sent to your phone or generated through an app, preventing that person from getting access. Now, text codes and email codes are okay, but they're not the most secure. My recommendation for stronger protection on the 2FA side is to use an Authenticator app, such as Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator, or Authy. But here's the cool thing. The password managers that I had mentioned previously, like 1Password or NordPass, actually have a built-in 2FA allowing you to manage everything in one place. The reason why I recommend that is because if you ever switch from an iPhone to an Android, again, 2 different platforms, some Authenticator apps like Microsoft Authenticator won't port your data over to your new device. I learned that the hard way. I had to manually go in and change everything once I moved from Android to iPhone. So make your life a little bit easier if you're able to utilize a password manager that also has a built-in 2-factor authentication. Tip number 3, be very careful when you're out on public Wi-Fi, such as coffee shops, airports, hotels. Now, we all like to work in these places, especially airports and coffee shops, but this is a great place where hackers can stay to get access and tap into your device. So here's the rule when you're at a public Wi-Fi. Never log into your banking information, investment accounts, and government apps on a public Wi-Fi. If you have to and it's necessary, the recommendation is to use a virtual private network, also known as a VPN. Now, what a VPN actually does is it encrypts the connection and hides your IP address and prevents hackers from getting access to your device. Some of my favorite VPNs are NordVPN, which I've been using for over 5 years now, ProtonVPN, and Norton VPN, which is actually built into the Norton antivirus if you like a bundled product. Tip number 4, utilizing an antivirus software. The benefit of these is they protect your device, such as your laptop and your mobile device. Because in today's day and age, we store so much personal information on our devices. But viruses, malware, and spyware, sometimes those can affect these devices, and they're more common than you think. So good antivirus software, if you're looking to get one, has the following. 1, it blocks viruses, ransomware, and spyware. It warns you before you visit dangerous sites. It scans downloads and email attachments, and it also even stops phishing attempts. So some of my top choices if you're looking at a virus software would be Norton 360. Again, something I've utilized for quite some time. And the other virus software would be Bitdefender. Both are great options. Tip number 5, email and text scams. Nowadays, scammers are getting very sneaky and very good at making things look legit. If it's an email or a text from a bank, a government, or even a friend, they make it look pretty real. But the link that they're gonna make you click could be very malicious and dangerous. So here are some things we should be aware of before looking or clicking on anything that we've been received. Double check the email and phone number. Watch for weird spelling and grammar, because sometimes there are mistakes when the email or text message is not legit. And third, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. You can always go to the official website or call the company directly or your friend directly to see if that text or email that you received is actually legit. Now, in terms of an app, I would recommend using Proton Mail because it's great at blocking spam, phishing, and even hiding trackers within emails. So these are the 5 tips in terms of safeguarding your personal financial information. I hope you found this video informative because again, we store a lot of information on our personal devices, laptops, computers, our mobile devices, and sometimes we often share that with others as well. So it's very important that we do our due diligence and protect our own personal information. But again, nothing is 100% hack proof. We just have to do our best to ensure that we put these safeguards in place. So I've dropped the links down in the description below to all these apps that I've mentioned. Again, check them out, do your own research, but these are some of the ones that I recommend using my own personal experience from using these for the last few years. But at the end of the day, all it is about is being proactive and informed, and your privacy is worth protecting. So again, if you found this video informative and you like the information here shared with you today, I do kindly ask to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Again, I hope to make more of these videos for you guys. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one. Take care.